Our music video pitch for Like We Were Dogs. The genre of the song is alternative rock, which will be reflected throughout the video. The video will be a hybrid performance of a narrative and performance. We chose this because we found that it was most popular with our focus group because they'd want to see the band perform as well as a clear story throughout the video. The narrative will show the band as rebellious and defiant, which is a typical convention of alternative rock. And it also relates to the lyrics, which say, like we were dogs, as the band will be shown breaking rules and sort of messing around. The mise-en-scène and the setting will reinforce the genre. The setting will consist of alleyways and fields in the narrative, which is a convention of alternative rock, as it's quite realistic, so the audience can relate. For the story and for the performance, we'll have the band shown in the school drama studio, as this is where we can have them perform and choose the right lighting to reflect the mood. The locations will be Asda, Sainsbury's car park, Wootton Bassett Canal Field and the school drama studio. Here's a screenshot of the email that I will send to Asda and Sainsbury's just to get permission to film in and around the shop. And the characters will consist of the band members, because this will appeal to the fans who would like to see the band throughout the video.
I did the shooting script and time, so as you can see, we've done it on Fridays, which was most convenient for other cast and for us. The first date we've picked is Friday the 27th of November. This is where we'll do the performance in the drama studio. Bella's going to email the drama studio and then we will do the performance and borrow school's equipment. The next Friday we have a double lesson in the afternoon where we'll go to Asda, so we can meet the cast there if they have lessons, where we can film part of our music video. We split the days up so it's not on every day, so it makes it easier rather than doing it all on one day, so we have more times. On the next one we've picked Wednesday, because this is when most of us have a free lesson. We'll just go out to the field and we'll just film. By splitting the days up, it makes it more convenient for everybody, but also we can play with lighting in the night, so we can meet up in the evening. And then on Friday 11th of December, we're going to Sainsbury's, and where again we're in our lessons, so we can go out, and if people aren't available, we can go in the evening again.
So this is the mood board, and I've included the settings and themes and costumes, and in conjunction with the song's lyrics we've gone for a theme of teenagers being kind of reckless and doing things that maybe that they perhaps shouldn't be, and all of these images that I've included are just young people having fun, just enjoying their youth. It also makes them more kind of real and approachable as a band, because our target audience are kind of the same age group, so they can relate to kind of the things that they're doing and kind of aspire to the lifestyle that they appear to be leading. And the settings start from the morning to the night time, which represents how quickly time passes, kind of as you grow up. And then I've also included stereotypical kind of indie, hipster, kind of Shoreditch vibe, because that's kind of what originates from alternative rock and the whole culture and lifestyle around that.
In the first 23 seconds of the video, it starts off as performance, because that's when there isn't any lyrics within the song. So we want to start off as performance and then move into a narrative as the lyrics start to coincide with the meanings of the lyrics, which start with 3 boys who are quite rebellious, as what was in the mood board, and shows them having fun and kind of going with the chorus, which is like we were dogs, kind of not acting on rules and regulations.
So this is the scene in Asda. So it's sort of like still reflecting the rebellious vibes. So they're like going through on the trolley and just messing around in the shop. And then this is where they get involved with the security guard. And so they're sort of shown running away and then running through the field and jumping over the fence. And then this is where it sort of goes into the evening, where they're being like the field. And then we've got the last shot, which will show a time lapse, which we think looked quite effective in previous videos that we've seen.
So time for questions. Have you got anything over there for them?
So what is the age range of the target audience, and how is this reflected in the music video? I mean, obviously you said about the sort of like actions of them. What sort of costumes and settings?
Well, the age range is sort of 17 to 25, and the costumes we thought would just use sort of jeans, t-shirts, sort of casual clothing, because this is sort of a convention of alternative rock, because they usually focus more on their music than the image, so the image isn't really necessarily that important. And with casual clothes, the audience can relate to just sort of having quite a laid-back representation.
Next question.
You mentioned the security guard in the storyboard, but like didn't say it in the characters. Who's gonna like play as the security guard? Like, are you gonna get somebody who's like an adult, so it like seems more appropriate for the role? Or?
Well, after I've emailed Asda to check that we can use the location, we're going to go in and sort of look at where we want to film in Asda, and then obviously we can ask him when we're there for permission.
Okay.
What record label did you sign to, and why?
So, Lab Records, they're like, they kind of sign a lot of bands in the same genre as ours, and because they are from Manchester, the record label originated there, it stays close to their roots, so it's still like got that DIY kind of ethic that you see in alternative rock bands.
Okay. Last question from me.
As well as this question about what you're going to do in Asda, how will you factor in sort of the other people you're going to just be shopping in there? Are you going to ask them to?
Yeah, we will obviously have to get permission for anyone that's around. We'll just say that we will be filming, and whether we can have their permission or move away from where they are, so somewhere more secluded.
Okay, last question. Ultimately, why should this company buy the ideas for your music video?
Because it's quite different to anything that we've seen before. Although it's like similar to other alternative rock videos, it's sort of more youthful than ones you've seen already. Because at the moment they're targeted more towards like older, sort of more grunge look, like Linkin Park. Their videos are more not as narrative based, whereas this one is more narrative based, has a clear narrative and story that relates directly to the lyrics.
Okay. Thank you.